y'all, welcome back to my channel, Crystal Heart. My name is Crystal, and today I'm going to be making some peach preserves and canning them. So yesterday I went to the farmer's market and I bought about 6 pounds of fresh peaches, and I decided I wanted to can them and make some peach preserve because I love peach preserve. And I actually didn't realize that I already canned some last year and never used it. So I guess I'll just have more. But anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys the peaches. I started cutting them up, but I wanted to show y'all the whole peaches before I do that. So these are the peaches, and then they're in this little, and it's dripping, but they're in this little thing that sits in your sink where you can wash your vegetables and stuff in here. So I put them in there, I wash them, I use a little scrubby brush to wash all the peaches, get all the fuzz off of them, all the dirt, get everything all clean. And then I'll go through them and make sure that if there's any bruising or any blemishes, I'll cut those parts off. Now, I did see a video, I'm not sure who made the video, but I did see the video and did some research and read some blogs about people who don't cut the skin off of the peaches when they do the preserve. And I've never tried that, but I think I'm gonna try it to kind of do it kind of like a little lazy way, a little easy way, being that I do have some other peach preserves on the shelf in case I don't like this as much. But I'm gonna just do it that way. So if it has like a blemish, I'll cut that part of the skin off. Otherwise, I won't cut the skin off. And plus, these peaches are super small, so taking the skin off of these would be annoying, and I would probably lose a lot of the peach doing that. So anyway, if you want to see this video, stay tuned, hit the like button. Also, don't forget to subscribe, and I'm gonna just go ahead and show you guys what I am doing. Okay, so like I said, I'll take a peach and I'll just make sure that there is not any blemishes. This one looks good. I've already washed it, took all the fuzz off of it. Now, I do have this in case I do want to take some of the skin off. I want to try it, and it works pretty good. So maybe I'll take some of the skin off. And then, I'm not a pro at getting the seeds out of peaches, because some of these, the seeds are just slipping out, and I'm assuming those are the ones that are the most ripe. But like this one is kind of hard. And then I'll just give it a rough chop, put in this bowl. And I'm not a pro at this by any means, but I do enjoy making preserves, jellies, and canning it. So I just thought I would make a video doing that. If you know an easier way to get these peaches seeded, to get the seeds out the peaches, please let me know, because some of them, the seeds are just popping out and I'm not losing any of the peach, and some of them I have to do like this where I cut it and then I lose all the meat around the seed. And are peaches the one who have one of the fruits, the seed is poisonous? Is it peaches? I'm not sure. Now you see this one is bruised. This one is bruised. So I'm gonna cut that part of it off. Just, you wanna have the best of the fruit in your jelly, in your jams, especially when you're canning it, preserving anything. You don't want any blemishes, bad parts to go in that. See this one, how it popped, and you can just take the seed right out. It's cool when it's easy like that. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and finish with these peaches, and then I'll be back. All right, so I put sugar on my peaches. That's what I was showing in the last little clip. I put about 2.5 cups of sugar on those peaches. I probably could have did 3 cups, but I really wanted to make it a little less sugary. So I did that. I let it sit for a couple of hours, and it kind of gets all the juices out of the peaches, kind of makes a little syrup. So I did that, and then I put all of that into the Instant Pot, which is right here. And I always just use my Instant Pot when I'm cooking, and when I'm making things like this, jellies, when I did my spaghetti sauce, just because the Instant Pot is easy for me and easy to clean, and it doesn't take up space on my stove, and it doesn't get as hot. And so I'm gonna flip the camera around and show y'all how I'm gonna do this. Okay, the Instant Pot is off, but I do have the peaches in, and let me see if I can show y'all the syrup it made. It made this syrup by letting it soak with the sugars. So I'm going to just put this on saute mode, and I am going to put some lemon juice in here. So just give me a second. Let me get the lemon juice, and it's just kicking on is why it's beeping. So I have this lemon juice in the bottle, which they say you're supposed to use the lemon juice in the bottle and not fresh squeezed lemons, because the pH of this is controlled, and in a real lemon you don't know how much acidity is actually in it. So I'm gonna do I'm gonna do 3 tablespoons of lemon juice. So when I canned, when I preserved figs, I made fig preserve. What I did was I actually put the top on the Instant Pot, and I pressure cooked it, and that really did make a good preserve. But I think for this one, for the peaches, I'm just going to cook it on saute and continuously stir it, just to be sure that it doesn't stick to the bottom, because in the Instant Pot, when you're using the saute mode, you can't control the heat, and whatever you're cooking can stick easily to the bottom of the pot. So I'm gonna go ahead, let that cook up, and then when it's ready, I'll come back and let you guys know how long it took for it to get to the ready point. Hey y'all, this is voiceover Crystal because the house actually got a little bit too loud for me to record with the audio. But I cooked the peaches for about an hour, and here I'm just doing a test on a cold plate. You take a plate and you put it in the freezer, and then when you're ready to test your preserves to see how thick it is, you take the plate out of the freezer and you put a little bit on it. And then you can see if it's runny or what consistency it's at, because it will cool it down really quickly. So here I'm just showing you me doing the test on the plate. And I believe at this time the consistency was right. As you can see, it's not running. And then I just put my finger through it to show you that I can make a line through it without it running back together. So that way I know that it's thick enough, it's ready to go, it's done cooking, and I can turn it off. So the next thing that we're gonna do is put everything in jars and can it up. So these jars were actually in the water bath canner, staying hot and sterilized until I'm ready to use them. So I pull out one at a time, or really two at a time, while I'm working. So I just use my funnel and start scooping it into the jars. I leave about 1/4 of an inch to half an inch headspace. And then I use that second jar to put the funnel in so that the funnel isn't leaving sticky stuff all over the place. And then I use a paper towel, a little bit of white vinegar, wipe off the rim, make sure there's no residue so that the lid will seal nicely to the top. I have my lids and rings in some warm water after being sterilized. Then I'll take a lid, and put it on top. Put the ring on, fingertip tight. And then I'll add it back to the water bath canner. And if y'all hear my husband snoring, it's because I'm doing this voiceover while he's asleep. So I'm sorry. And this is what it looks like before it goes into the canner. And I have to say that this batch of preserve came out so pretty. The color was so vibrant compared to the batch that I did last year. The batch I did last year was more of a brown color, and this batch was so bright and orange. So I'm just going to go ahead and let you guys watch while I fill up a few more jars. These are just the jars all in the water bath canner. Once the water comes up to a boil, I let it boil and can for 15 minutes with the lid on. And then I'll turn the heat off and take them out and put them all on a towel. You can see that one jar that's a little bit different. That was kind of an experiment to see if I can use a different type of jar. And I cover them with a towel because that's what my grandmother did. And this is the next day. They're all sealed. All the tops have pinged and sealed nicely. So this is how much I got from my 6 pounds of peaches. And I did a lot of these little 4-ounce jars because sometimes I only need a little bit at a time. So you guys, I really hope that you enjoyed this video. I hope you learned something. If you have any questions, just put them in the comments below. This batch of peaches really came out delicious. I really enjoyed this batch a lot more than last year's batch. So I will continue to not peel my peaches when I make preserve. Anyway, don't forget to hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.